Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah. It's King Yediah, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And I'm gonna do a little trade update on a GBP USD trade I'm in right now. Today is the 15th of August 2022. It's 8:28 a.m. It's the New York session. So let me start with the US dollar. So firstly, on the monthly Camarillas, let me just make this bigger. Right, so on the monthly Camarilla level, the setup is the previous Camarilla levels, and this is the monthly Camarillas, right? So the previous R3 was 12,995, and let's see, 12,995, and S3 was 12,807, right? So this month's Camarilla level, the R3 is at 12,977 and S3 is at 12,817. So we actually have like an inside value day on this Camarilla relationship on the monthly setup. So this is kind of indicative of like either sideways movement like we're experiencing right now. It's kind of bouncing between these Camarilla levels, or we're gonna get a breakout, right? And the breakout is supposed to actually make some moves. Like it's supposed to be like a trend kind of breakout, right? So that's what the Camarilla relationship is kind of suggesting. So right now we have the range motion happening on the US dollar, but this could easily break out and turn into a runner, right? So with that said, I'm kind of looking at certain things like this, right? We're getting support here at the S3 level, right? And I'm thinking right now that the US dollar probably got some support. It's at a certain support level right here. So if you look back, you could see this support level right here at around, this S1 level. Let's see, that's 12, what is it? 870. So there's some congestion here, so there's obviously like a lot of volume in this area, right? So we had that sideways movement and we pushed up, right? So we came back, corrected that move, and now we're having a sideways movement again. A little bigger, but kind of in the same range. So my belief is that the buyers that came in right here at this level, they're over here again, right? So overall, on the fundamental side of things, the US dollar is supposed to be bullish right now with rising interest rates and stuff like that. So with the carry trade, a lot of traders is going to stock up on the US dollar just so that you have leverage, like in the banks and stuff against other currencies. You definitely have leverage, right? So let's say you what's a weak currency right now? I think like the yen is kind of weak, not sure, but traditionally a weaker currency than the US dollar, you might want to take that currency and buy the US dollar so you could kind of make some money, because you don't want to hold your wealth in a weak currency when the US dollar is that strong, and the US dollar is going to get stronger with higher interest rates. So when people borrow the US dollar, they're going to have to pay back higher interest rates, right? So you would want to stack your wealth in a higher interest rate currency. So that's why the US dollar is supposed to, by theory, supposed to be catching some support with buyers coming in, right? So we gotta contend with this resistance level. The fib line is from the top here to the bottom, right? So the first level of resistance is the 38% fib line. Then we have 50%, and then we have the 61%. So the first level is 12,946, 50% is 12,987, and then 13,028. So these are the resistance levels we have to contend with the bullish posture of the US dollar, right? So another thing to look at is that this is the annual upper VWAP line right here, the red line, and we just broke above that, right? We have good volume and we're breaking above that, but we're getting this kind of doji candle right now. This is the 4-hour chart, by the way. So we're getting this doji candle right now, so there's some indecision as to how far is this gonna go up right now, you know. So we could easily just pull back to S3, right? Just off the indecision, or maybe the buyers ran out of steam at this level. So, you know, we'll see what's happening here. Now, let me go over to this GBP USD trade. So my thesis right now is a bullish US dollar, right? So with that said, I'm looking for, where you at? Come on. Right, so I'm looking now for a weak currency against the US dollar, right? So let's see, make this bigger. Right, so this is the 4-hour chart of GBP USD, and I think overall right now the GBP, the pound is kind of weak. It's going through a tough time, you know, fundamentally speaking, and I think it's gonna, like over there in Europe, they're experiencing a hard time economically. So I think their currencies is gonna fall, and I think the pound is one of those currencies that's really gonna take a hit, right? So let's see. We had this let's start with the camera. Let's set up. Hold on. Let me make this. Come on, don't do that. Let's make this a little smaller. Right. Now we get some perspective. Right. So the monthly Camarilla setup is the same as the US dollar. We have R3 up here at let's see what level that is. This is the previous R3 last month at 1.23660, and then we have S3 at 1.19908. So that's S3 down here, previous month. Let's see, let's do this from the bottom, right? Yeah, so that's S3 the previous month, and now we have the current S3, current monthly S3 at, let's get the exact number on that, approximately 1.20515, and R3 is now at 1.23183, right? So we have an inside value relationship on the Camarillas, and it's like I was saying on the US dollar chart, this is indicative of like either sideways movement or we're gonna get a breakout. So now same thing is happening on the British pound. We're getting some sideways movement, but we have this indication here of a lower high, right? So let's see, we had a lot of buying coming up here at this big bullish candle right here. That came off of like the pivot level, right? So the pivot level is the blue line, and we hit R2, right? We didn't get back up to R3. It tried to you know, go bullish, but it got that rejection there at R2. So never really got above R2, just a little pinch right there above R2. So, and on this level right here, we never got up to R3. So it's showing kind of like a lot of rejection, right? So at the bullish levels where it's supposed to break out from, R3 is showing that rejection, right? Now we did get some support down here below S3, but the thing about it is we're breaking support but not breaking resistance, right? So we already tested the waters down here, got the bullish run up, hit lower, and then now we're back at S3, right? So I'm in a sell trade. I actually took this trade here at you know this pattern right here, right? So it's like a lower high, right? So we had this high right here, we had the sell-off candle, came back, got support. You see this candle right here, this is attempting to support the selling, right? Now the candle after this is what I'm looking at. So we got this indecision candle right here, and then the candle after that we got the selling, right? So as soon as I saw, well, the weakness start to really develop, because with this candle, wait, let me clear that up. This candle is trying to redeem the selling, right? But the response here is a big sell-off again, and they tried again to redeem the selling, and it just didn't work. Especially with this candle right here, we still came back down, right? So you could see the selling increasing in strength against the buyers. So with that being said, on this candle here, I took it short at a sell order at, I think, that's 0.02 mini lot size. So I took that right there at 1.22063, and right now I move my stop down to just above. This is anchored VWAP, the lower band of the anchored VWAP, right? And it's anchored from the beginning of the year. So it's volume weighted at price. The VWAP, it's calculating the volume over that time period, right? So it's anchored from the beginning of the year, and it's gauging the volume that's being transacted, over that space of time. So we're in August right now, so it's calculating all of that. So once we get below this line right here, over the time that has passed since the beginning of the year, it's indicating that we're bearish, right? So every time it dips below that line, we're very bearish. So right now we're catching support here at S3, but I'm thinking the US dollar is really going to push up now, and it's going to break S3 again, and then we're going to break this low at 1.20034. So I kind of secured some profit here at right above this level. Seems to be a good resistance level, maybe a little tight right there, but I'm thinking we're good to break this S3 level. So maybe that works out, right? So that's just a little update on my GBP USD trade, and it's King Yediya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets, and you all trade safe and stay blessed.